First thing that you need to know about this business is it's all about a database. You have to understand your asset is your database. In the beginning, I thought that I was looking at a couple of agents and I see that this agent is producing a lot of deals and this agent is always chasing deals. And why is this agent chasing and this one's not chasing but is getting the business? So what's the problem? It's all about the database, the nurturing the database and referrals. In the beginning, you're not going to get any referrals. Your friend's not going to buy with you. So first thing you're going to start doing is create a spreadsheet. If you don't have a CRM, if your company doesn't provide a CRM, if you don't want to get into learning the CRM, you don't have to. You just create a little database on a spreadsheet from Google Drive. You put your name, the people, the names, and the phone numbers. It doesn't have to be somebody that is going to buy or is is going to sell. It doesn't have to be. It's just your people that you know. If the sooner you can get to 100, the better. That's where you start. Database is your number one thing you need to work on day one. As soon as you got sponsored, as soon as you found a company, start building the database. The second thing I would focus on is social media profiles. So you probably already have Facebook, Instagram. If you're not, you need to open them up. So you create those Facebook and Instagram accounts for real estate business. So you just decorate them as a professional real estate agents. If somebody lands on your pages, they know this is professional real estate agent. And it's a full-time real estate agent who is dedicated and who knows the business. So Facebook, Instagram, plus you want to create also Zillow, Trulia, realtor.com. The more websites you can, for real estate specific sites, create your agent profile, the more the better. So we also want to make sure that all the database that you already have in your spreadsheet also are on your friends on Facebook. Facebook has been tremendous for me. I think Facebook is very local, and I think your business is local too. If you're in real estate sales, you're not going to be selling anything 1,000 miles from where you are. So you're going to be selling real estate that's local. So I think that Facebook is the best in that term. So I would highly suggest to create, if I don't know how many friends you have on a Facebook today, but you want to go up. You want to add friends and find friends that have mutual friends with you. Usually Facebook will suggest friends and you'll see if you have mutual friends with that person. I mean, that's your probably also a friend. So keep adding them. As soon as you can get up to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, the sooner the better. Just don't do too much because my Facebook might block you, but keep adding friends because this is going to be a biggest asset you have. So start adding your social media profiles. Create them as a professional. So your banner it says it's a real estate. The picture is professional. The bio says you're full-time real estate agent dedicated to helping clients sell and buy, and maybe your phone number there too. Of course, why not? And then you need some content, but we'll get there a little later. Our number one goal in the beginning, in our first 30 days, make sure that everybody that knows you knows that you're a real estate agent. That's your number one goal. If anybody asks you, what do you do for a living? That means you didn't do your first thing that you weren't supposed to do. And make sure that everybody who knows you knows what you do. So that's our goal with social media, with creating database, with all the Zillow and Trulia and realtor.com profiles, because if somebody Googles you, your profiles will show up too. Right now you have time for it, so do it, because when you're going to do a lot of activities, they're going to be producing clients, you're not going to have time to do it, and so you might be 2 years in business and don't even have those profiles, which is going to be a big mistake. So in those first 30 days, also, you need to learn all the tools. You need to learn the MLS from top to down. You need to know everything about the MLS. Remind, that's tax records, whatever MLS you use, that's probably might be something different, but here in Chicago, we're using Remind. You need to know how to pull up taxes, how to check flood zone, how to know what the assessed values are, what the future tax is going to be, where to check the basement, how to check the high school, how to check the elementary school, how to check everything. You need to learn all these things. So if somebody asks you a question, you know where to go. These are basics. These are all the tools that you need to have. And also you want to learn the softwares that pull phone numbers and addresses for properties, because the next thing we're going to be focusing on is learning the script and making calls. We're not talking about making videos yet, which will probably follow the making calls, but I think making calls go first. The reason why is this. It's not because you want to create business yet. It's just because you need to get into the field a little bit deeper, more into it, more full-time, more commitment, more learning the scripts, more learning the issues that people have. You need to start making phone calls. I believe that you're not going to get any business in the first couple of weeks. Although, and remember the story about this T-shirt that's coming. It's very interesting, actually. And in the beginning, you're gonna just get your skills going. You're gonna start like, whoa, this question came to me. What do I do? It's good to have somebody in the office that could answer those questions. So, for example, if somebody is at our office is committed to making calls, I'm there. I can help you out so much. But if you have somebody else in the office that could help you out and kind of guide you what to say, what not to say, what kind of questions to ask, what were you missing, what could you have done deeper? You focused on asking questions about real estate, but you should have focused on building rapport with that person first. You're gonna start learning that, and the reason because of it is this: you're gonna get some clients. You're gonna get some clients maybe in the first 30 days, maybe not. But your skills you're gonna get going into that in the rhythm, and then you're gonna start actually enjoying it. Maybe not, but still you're gonna learn what people have questions about and what they're concerned about. So I really love doing Mojo and just circling around the area and just making calls, and also calls to for sale by owners. And then you also want to simultaneously do content. Even you can start with a simple content like, hey, today is at office, just called 30 people looking for some business. Then after the day you say, look, I just got into the business. This is interesting industry. This is what I learned. Boom, 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 boom. It's not as easy as it sounds, but I'm committed. Boom, 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 boom. And then you're doing these content for the next 30 days. You're gonna have a client. You're gonna have a client. This is almost like 100% guarantee money back. So story about the shirt. First, how I got into the business, I started making calls right away. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Everybody's making calls. I was just sitting. If I make 100 calls, somebody's gonna say yes. I just have to do it. So I started going to the gym in the morning. Then I'm all hyped up, going to the office, start making for sale by owner calls. So I made a lot of for sale by owner calls, and probably maybe my first or second week, I made a phone call to one lady, and she says, "Yeah, I mean, we're thinking about selling. Come over." I did my listing presentation. I spoke with her, and then I left. And then she called me back. She wanted me to Zoom with her husband because he's in the army. And he's somewhere out of the country in Iraq or Afghanistan, I think. And so we Zoomed, and I learned from Tom Hopkins on his book that he says you need to make sure that you don't throw a price of the house at the seller right away. You need to show them that you care about their price and you don't want to leave any money on the table, and you want to be careful with how much the value of their house is. And so I told them, based on my research, this and that, I think in the first meeting to the wife, I think this is going to be in this range, but I do want to do a little bit more due diligence because this is the first time I see my home, and I'm going to do a little bit more due diligence, talk to some neighbors, even those that sold and bought, and then I'm going to come back to you. And that's what I did, actually. And the second time she called me, I came, and the husband was on the Zoom call. He said, "It sounds like you." He said, "You catch my attention. We've had 3 brokers already. You definitely make me curious." And these are the words he's saying. And this is my first appointment, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting. Like, I think I'm good at this. Eventually, they booked another meeting when he was already back in Illinois, and then we all met. And the wife tells me, "You can come over." And I thought that I already have a listing, so I brought the listing agreement, gives it to him, and he's like, "Wait, what is this?" And then the wife says, "We still want to talk." Like, oh, okay, sorry. I already gave him a pen and a piece of paper. Let's go. And that was my first listing agreement, so I didn't even know how to fill it out. And so we spoke, and then he says, how do I actually pick the agent? Because I like you're like my high school friend, but then these other agents, they're strong, they're like sharks. Like, I can tell they're experienced. And I just told him I'm going to go extra mile. I got time, I got resources, I'm willing to do it. I got so much I want to do for you. I'm willing to go extra mile. I'll go extra steps. I'll spend more time, more money. I'll make more calls. Y'all work for you. And they signed. They were happy with me. They signed. And this is his gift. That was his gift. Somewhere along the process, it took us a long time to sell. We overpriced it big time. But it took us a long time to sell, probably like a year. I made $7,000 on the commission, probably roughly. But this was their gift, and I enjoyed this shirts. I had it for like six years already. You just have to do these things that I told you. You have to create your database, create social media profiles, make sure everybody knows you, learn all the tools, start making calls, start doing content. That's going to be first 30 days. You're going to have a lot of thoughts. You're gonna be confused. You're gonna think that this is not industry for you. I actually thought so, and I actually I was about to quit very couple of times. Wasn't like really I'm like inch from quitting, but I was seriously considering maybe doing something else because I was focusing on the wrong niche. I should have focused on the low hanging fruits, which came later after doing content. I was started attracting the low hanging fruit. That's actually what content will do for you, but you still need the phone skills to be the best. I mean, if you don't want to be the best, if you just want to get by and sell a couple of homes, you can just, just do nothing. Whatever. Like you can, I mean, what else can you do? You can just post a little bit of content, just share generic content through some websites on your Facebook page. It will do some work. A little picture here and there once a week, you'll get a little bit of business. But if you want to have a lot of success and a lot of leads and a lot of business, you really need to step up. You really need to take this business seriously. You have to have consistency. You have to have a schedule every single morning. Go to the office, 9 a.m., coming in, and start making calls and start making content. Start making content. Have this as a schedule. Because right now you got nothing to do. You don't have clients to serve. You got nothing else to do. Nobody's calling you about walkthrough issues. There's no closing that's delayed for 3 hours. There's no calls they need to make to association to find out about restrictions or anything like that. You got nothing to do. You can make billion calls. You can get 10 videos done in a day. You can get actually going. But just expect that nothing's gonna happen in the first 30 days. This is the business. In order for you to become a surgeon or a chiropractor or any sort of lawyer or anything like that, you go through a tremendous amount of debt. You go through a lot of time of school, and then you start making zero money. Here, you go through 2 weeks or 1 month of school, and then you start making, you become a real estate agent right away, you sponsor, and you get a chance to make money right away. But you're not going to be able to because you don't have skills yet. It's a great industry and where you can put in sweat equity. You don't really have to put in a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about what your mindset is about. It's all about the commitment. If you don't believe you can do it, it's going to be hard. But if you believe that you can get it done, look at me. I got it done. I mean, I'm selling 100 so I was growing. I was doubling my real estate business. 2021, I sold 132 homes, and then 2022 we sold 222 homes. Now we're looking to close 300 homes. But we're already growing as a broker, so it's not me who's selling. I'm actually selling less because I need to focus on growing the brokerage. But I'm, if I wanted, I could have done 200 as a team, just me representing all the clients and just having a couple people helping with showing properties and doing walkthroughs. I cracked the code. It's not hard. It's really this is the blueprint that you need to do. Be good on the phone and start creating a lot of content and just do a lot of it, because chances are a lot of agents that will tell you you're probably going to meet some agents into your company that I don't do this, I don't do that, and you look at them and how do they get business? It's just by referrals and some mailers. But it's not going to work for me. In your first 30 days, it's not going to work for you. It will work later once you have a big database that's already healthy. It has a huge relationships with you. You have already a brand, and you can just rely on those coming. And still, you're going to get a decrease if you start producing, if you start prospecting actively. So, but it's still going to sustain your business once you have a healthy database. In the beginning, you don't have that database. You're going to start creating that database from the scratch. You're going to be slowly putting in people in there. These people don't know that they're in your database. They don't belong into that database. They belong into their own database. They are the most important person to everybody is themselves. So how do you touch these people that are in the database is by the softest way is by creating content. This is the softest way. But you also need the phone skills. So that's all come to play. I hope this video helps, and I hope that if you're in your first 30 days that you don't get discouraged, because remember, when things get tough, this is where everybody breaks, but you don't. You stay strong and you move forward. But don't just do nothing and think that things will work out. They won't. you have to start stepping in. You have to start doing things that are most important. The most important thing is the lead generation. It's a prospecting, it's making calls, it's creating content. It's not, and also remember this, if you have somebody who's asking you questions, if somebody is actually interested in real estate, spend a lot of time with them on the phone, talking to them, meeting with them, because you're nurturing your best raving fan who will be producing referrals for you. Don't think that this is a waste of time. It's like, oh, I need to talk to 100 people, I'm just spending time with this one. No, spend a lot of time with this person, spend a lot, as much as needed, and then still remember that you need more people, but the quality of relationship is actually better in the long run if you once you're in the business longer enough, you'll learn that quality of the relationship is much better than just quantity of relationships. So on that note, I'm gonna finish it, and I hope you have a great day. Ask some questions and comments if you have any, and subscribe for more. Subscribe. This helps channel, and I'll create more content for you.